After 26 years in America, this is all I had.
Well, it's the traumatic realities that the migrants experience.
And I cried so many times.
Cross again? Do I return to my town of origin? Do I stay on the border? Like I said, I think everything that happens there, both the services and the spirit with which they're offered, help people really mend.
Faltan como unos 7 por ahí. Ahorita los traes. Pásenle, bienvenidos. Pásenle.
Hacía frío ahí donde nos encerraban, hacía un chingo de frío.
Tiny space where last year we served over 46,000 meals, and so it's just this amazing place, and the people make it special, of course. We're very aware that when migrants are in detention or in the desert, they're either not eating or they're eating crackers or juice. There are 2 meals a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. And they're prepared with great love and great care. It's prepared there. A lot of the ingredients are donated. And they're always hot. We want them to feel at home in every sense. Serving a meal that includes eggs with salsa, beans and rice, and just food that's familiar really helps restore them. Nos has brindado este lugar, este espacio seguro. Santificado sea tu nombre, venga a nosotros tu reino, y nosotros Padre y Espíritu Santo. Amén. We serve the migrants at the table. So there's no soup line, and it's quite intentional because we want them to be aware that they matter to us and that they have dignity. They've just been through a lot of experiences that make them feel less than worthwhile.
I got here this morning. And to tell you the truth, Utah is my home. It was my home for a lot of years, so I consider Utah my home. I was there for the last 26 years, more than half of my life. I was a construction worker. I was in my house, and then me and my family were getting ready to go out and, have a little fun on a Sunday and a family, So it was around 10 o'clock when immigration came in and knocked on my door. And windows all over my windows and knocking very hard, yelling for me to come out of my apartment. Even I had no criminal history or never been in trouble with the police, but they don't care. They arrested me on the 24th, so I've been 3 months in jail already, so I have enough time to think about my family and what was gonna happen. And I cried so many times. Even now, right now, I talk to my wife on the phone and she started crying, and I feel bad. I just cry too. I'm very scared. And I even scared to bring my family over here because they're not used to be here, They're living. My wife is not from here. She's from Chile. And my kids are citizens. One of my oldest daughters is 15 years old. She don't even speak Spanish. She go to school there and everything. She got friends over there.
Gente de buen corazón, y es una manera de darles las gracias también a esas personas y por pensar en todos los que no tienen comida, que son los del desierto, los que vienen en camino desde Centroamérica.
Some ask for a blessing, or some ask to be able to share the pain of what they're experiencing, and just that sense that they're not alone in this, I think, is tremendous support to them.
De Honduras, y soy de una ciudad que se llama Santa Bárbara. Y en el viaje me tocó que cruzar Guatemala todo a pies y cruzar Chiapas un poco también. Porque también soy testigo protegido y tengo peligros allá en Honduras, y por eso más me vine también, para que mi familia no corra ese peligro por mí, porque los maderos quieren matarme a mí. Por eso me ha venido, y por eso más no cruzo, porque dicen que tengo que pida refugio, y en vez me van a tener unos 6 meses o un año ahí para estar pelear mi caso, a ver si. Y la verdad sí, soy testigo y pueden hacer mi experiencia para ver que no tengo ni una orden de captura ni nada, pero el peligro corro allá que me pueden matar. Y yo si voy a mi país, voy a las aldeas, pueblos, donde corto café, así.
¿Usted y otra persona?
Para por mi familia, ayudarle a mi hermana, porque ella no tiene quien, pues, y tiene 2 varones y dos hembras, y con planchar y lavar ella hace para pagar los estudios a mi sobrino. Y yo quiero ayudarles a ella, porque por ella más he venido y porque no quiero que le pase nada. Sí, aquí tengo miedo porque en veces hay mareros, y si se dan cuenta que yo soy testigo protegido, que yo como por mi testigo que yo di, hay personas mareras que están presos, y si ellos se dan cuenta me van a matar aquí también. Yo le he pedido a Dios, porque soy creyente de Dios, estuve 2 años en las cosas de Dios y sé que el Dios que yo le alabo es verdadero y me ha guardado. Y gracias a Dios en el camino siempre pone personas que me dan mi bocadito, mi alimento y sí hay personas que le salen mal a uno y sí me asaltaron, me pusieron un R15 y una 9 por quitarme lo poco que yo andaba.
The majority of people we serve are deported, and so when someone's been deported and they're separated from family and they're unable to provide that life they want to give to their families, when they've been victims of violence, or they're fleeing violence, or they've been victims of abuse, and they're facing that uncertainty of what's next. What do I do? How do I pay this debt? And so all that settles in when they come to the Comedor, and so it accounts for really long faces. Most do not know Nogales. Most do not know Nogales, and so the level of disorientation is really high, which speaks to the importance of our work and helps orient people who are at a very vulnerable time in their lives.
Cruzando a Yuma me agarraron. Intentando cruzar a Yuma me agarró la migración. Pues yo la verdad porque vine de Chiapas, quería cruzar ahora sí la frontera de Estados Unidos a trabajar, porque pues tengo familia que mantener y Chiapas pues la verdad no hay empleo. Entonces esa fue la motivación que intenté cruzar por algodones frente a Yuma. Pues me sentí triste y derrotado por no concluir mis sueños de llegar a mi destino a trabajar. Pues igualmente me identifico triste, derrotado, porque pues triste y lamentable voy a llegar a donde está mi familia con las manos vacías. Iniciar de nuevo es algo estresante, pero pues tenemos que salir de ahí, no nos podemos quedar ahí atascados ahí, tenemos que salir de una manera.
So they've broken the law, it's true, immigration law, by crossing the border without documents. And if you talk to a number of migrants, they're aware of that and even embarrassed about it and feel badly about doing it. But when they're faced with the choice of watching their family starve, or I cross the border when I don't have a legal way to do it. These are the choices and the realities that people face. But it was one of these, I don't know if you ever see those Russian boxes, that's how this letter was. Like one envelope led to another envelope, to another envelope. It was just so encouraging to us, I think, and expressed so clearly from the leader of the Catholic Church that what we're doing is the right thing, we're doing God's work, and we're fulfilling our mission. Very aware that not everyone likes what we do, but at the same time, it's It's motivated by scripture, which is very clear: care for the widow, the orphan, and the stranger, or the stranger, the migrant. I think there is a real tendency to blame the migrant, and so you hear rhetoric like illegals and lawbreakers and criminals. It's not a question of whether people, so much of whether people are breaking the law or not. The reality is that the law is breaking them. And so that's where our focus needs to be. How do we reform our law so that it's just, so it's humane, so that it works? I think what people don't see is the lives of these men, women, and children, and what they grapple with, and the realities that they face.
Así que tu hijo Jesús.
But it's one thing to see them in the street or see them on the news. It's another thing to come on the border and actually sit down with the migrants whom we serve and to hear from them about why they came.
Pues sí, lo voy a pensar. De hecho, pues esa es mi meta, pues llegar algún día para trabajar y darle un mejor futuro, que mis hijos o mis hijas no tengan necesidad de sufrir lo que yo estoy sufriendo.
Sí, me identifico cuando ellos están tristes, que se sienten que ya no pueden más y que el camino está duro. Y entonces yo les digo, no hay que echarlos así, le digo, porque aquel de arriba les está apoyando.
Right now, I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got about $80 on my wallet right now. So I don't know. I just probably get the bus and head to the south. I don't want to do more jail time. I don't want to get caught. So I'm gonna try here first and trying to get a job, see if I can get a good job so I can support my family. I haven't lost my hope because I haven't tried new things here in Mexico. I want to try it before I lose my hope. I'm not gonna lose my hope right now. I think things are gonna get a little better for me and my family.